I tried to make $1 million in 7 days trading, and I failed miserably. And whether you believe it or not, or you like me or not, I have made millions of dollars in the markets. And I want to make something extremely clear. Whether you think I'm a demo trader or a fake trader, or you just don't believe in trading as a whole, it's okay, because I could actually be the biggest demo trader, not even a actual person that executes trades, because there is not tens, not hundreds, not thousands, there's tens of thousands of people that execute these trades that I am predicting every single week completely for free. Like, don't take my word for it, you can literally see it right here. I'm literally just sharing on social media, I'm entering this trade, you can take it if you want, or you don't if you don't have to. Where only people like to focus on my wins and call it fake because it's a lot of money. I get it, it might seem unrealistic, but just 4 weeks ago, I lost $120,000 in one single trade. I then lost $200,000 on a second week where I was on a 2-week losing streak. Then I made it back where I made $350,000, and I literally recorded all of these trades live. You guys could go check it out on this YouTube channel. But this last week, I made $734,000 in one single week. And I think more than 15,000 people executed the exact same trade that I took. Now, if you want to call my trades demo, you want to call my trades fake, that's fine. But you can't call 15,000 people that they executed and made money on this trade fake, because they're happy about it and they want me to keep doing it. And guess what? I will. So let me break down how I attempted to make $1 million while I was trading in Dubai and almost failed. And this record-breaking week was no coincidence. The week prior to me actually breaking my record and having this nearly $1 million trade, I do a recap video for the YouTube video and for my community of how the weekly candlesticks and how the market closed. And as I'm seeing the weekly candlestick close, the daily candlestick close, I'm realizing, holy shit, this market is actually setting up the perfect trade for the following week. So the week prior to me having this $1 million trade nearly, I didn't take a trade because the market was consolidating for the majority of the week and there wasn't any great opportunities.
For next week, I see some crazy market opportunities going down when it comes to a continuation in this trade setup.
But that consolidation was actually creating the perfect setup for the following week. I'm like, oh, can this not be a better perfect storm? Because that actual following next week, I have to head to Dubai because there's a big Forex expo. I got invited by a couple big businesses out there to be a speaker, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go to Dubai. As soon as I get to Dubai, I realize that it's actually even more of a perfect storm simply because of the time zone. I wake up at 8 in the morning, that is pre-London session, and I'm actually awake the whole entire day, and I'm able to watch my trade and not have to be fighting my sleep how I do here on the Eastern time zone. And that's where I realized that this was going to be a great week. And let me tell you something, even if you get business class from Miami to Dubai with Emirates, lay down, best service, amazing, this 15-hour flight is still fucking brutal. And I've done this 15-hour flight multiple times, and I know how brutal it can be. And I wanted to come prepared this time around. I actually wanted to properly get some sleep on it, so when I get to Dubai, I'm like almost connected in the time zone, so I'm not jet lagged. For the first time ever, my team that I'm going with to Dubai convinced me to take melatonin. I've never taken melatonin in my life. So I decided to double down and take 2 of these melatonin shots at the airport, right? Not knowing how strong it is. I'm falling asleep walking onto the plane. Like, I'm literally walking into the plane, falling asleep. Get into the lay down, I lay down, and what I think is 20 minutes later, I get woken up by the stewardess, and she says, hey, sir, can you please lift up your seat? We're landing. What do you mean we're landing? She's like, yeah, sir, we're in Dubai. I knocked out the whole 15-hour flight. And if that wasn't enough, when we got to the hotel, I fell asleep another 8 hours. Safe to say, I'm never in my life again taking melatonin, and I was very well recovered, ready to trade this upcoming week. So after we wake up the next day, after pretty much sleeping 24, 25, 26 hours, the first thing I need to do in Dubai is get a car. And I don't want to be like another one of these gurus driving around in a Lambo, Ferrari, McLaren. Like, we already have that in Miami, and we don't want to just come off the wrong way in Dubai. We went to Ahmed, really cool guy out there in Miami, rented us a 7 Series, and we thought it was a bright idea. The first thing to do was go to the desert. Straight out of the rental office, go straight into the desert and go be iconic and find some camels. Yeah, I thought I was in a G-Wagon for whatever reason with a 4x4, and we got stuck. That was not fun. You mix a black car with 110-degree weather and sand, that's a perfect equation for a fuck up.
Yo, we just saw a whole pack of camels, bro. Fuck, bro. It's stuck, bro. It's exactly what I fucking said, dude. Whatever, we'll just go get the camel. We'll figure this shit out later.
So after our humbling experience in the desert of Dubai, wake up the next day around 8 in the morning and I do my market analysis right around 8:30, 8:40 in the morning, which is actually 1 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, right? So this is Friday morning Dubai time, 8 a.m. and it's 1 a.m. Friday night. Or Friday morning technically. And I don't ever take trades after London session on Thursday or Thursday New York session. So we are literally in the last session of the week, right? So the market probably has another 8 hours before the last volume ends. And I don't like taking trades this close into the closure of the week, simply because either one, there's going to be no volatility from the market, or simply the cost to take the trade is going to be too high. So Euro USD gave me the perfect head and shoulders, gave me the perfect break of the neckline, everything that I wanted to enter the trade. But I said, okay, you know what? It's okay that this trade is doing this here, because this is actually setting up the perfect trade for the following week. So that's where I realized that the next week was actually going to be perfect. This is where everything literally came together. So I know Euro USD was going to give me the perfect trade to the downside after the retest of the head and shoulders. I know GBP CHF was going to be a massive counter turn trade. And then we had AUD USD, which is going to give me what I thought was going to be a perfect buy. And funny enough, I was pretty much trading against each other. I was going to sell Euro USD, which I'm betting on a strong dollar, and then AUD USD I'm buying, which I'm betting on a weak dollar. Now I do this pretty often because I like to see the difference in the USD, and whichever one gives me the cleanest and the best confirmation is typically what ends up happening. And that's exactly what happened on that following week. And at that very moment, I already knew that those were going to be my top 3 markets for the week. Even though we had a clean USD CHF, GBP AUD, GBP USD, and a couple of other markets that I break down, I'd say about 2 out of all those 4 markets actually had the move, but I wasn't really fully prioritizing them how I did with the other ones that were my top 3 for the week. I always like to have 7, 8 markets for the week, and I like to pick my top 2 or 3, which are going to have the highest probability trade setup, which means I have the lowest risk.
All right, boys. All right. Fuck, finally. Fast forward 3 days later, we're back. We're officially here in Dubai. I don't know if you guys can tell based off of yesterday's clips. Or I don't know. When I was recording, my computer was just completely bugging out. I'm not sure if it was because of the VPNs or because of the Wi-Fi's, but boys, we are in Dubai as we currently speak. Burj Khalifa view, the best view. I don't know. I'm just saying whatever the locals say. This is what matters right here, right? We've been trying to trade this whole entire week, and the time zones are honestly ridiculous. So right now, it is currently 8:40 in the morning Dubai time, and it is currently 1 in the morning Miami time. It's Friday? Wait, what? Wait, if it's 8:41, if it's 1 in the morning in Miami, bro, hold on. What day and time is it in Miami? What the hell? What day and time is it in Miami? It is Friday. 12, okay, so it's 1 in the morning in Miami. Okay, so that means that we are on our final London session. Wow, that actually changes everything. Thank God. I was ready to take this trade right now, and I am not sure if I'm ready to take this trade because it's Friday. We have a perfect left, head, right shoulder right now cooking up. We have a beautiful shift to structure. Euro USD could have the perfect, like, if this does not have the move in the next 4 hours, pretty much, maybe even 8 hours max, we're pretty much cooked, right? Because we'll be at market close. Wow, I really have to make a decision here. I might just take this trade right now. Oh, dude, this whole time zone thing is really messing me up. I'm really out of sync. This trade right here would be a perfect trade if this were be Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday. But okay, because I'm seeing the morning, and I don't even know what day it is, but I'm seeing Friday 8 in the morning, and if it's Friday 8 in the morning Miami time, that means that we are basically headed towards the last 4 hours of New York session, and the market is about to close. But if it's 1 in the morning Miami time, we're about to begin London session, so we still have all of London and whatever means something of New York. Yeah, so we might take this trade live right now. I just don't know if it's worth it. But whatever, we have price basically retesting this area of interest. Daily time frame broke the structure. It has been accumulating for 1, 2, 3 days. Beautiful bearish evening star pin bar rejection. Beautiful, 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 beautiful daily wick. I'm anticipating for that wick to fill. Beautiful 4-hour shift of structure. Left head, right shoulder, retesting that neckline. Picasso. Beautiful retracement, and now we're potentially going to be having that bearish engulfing candlestick in the next 60 minutes. I might say fuck it and just enter this trade right now. I'm not even gonna lie, this trade is just too nice. GBP CHF, basically at the beginning of the week we anticipated for this trade from this area to have a push to the upside and then it come back and have the retest. That is exactly what we have done, and right now that we have done this retest, we could anticipate this trade to have a reaction from this support. Yeah, this trade is cooking up so fire for next week. Like, I'm not even, this is crazy. I'm gonna be here in Dubai probably for like the next week or two, and this is cooking up the perfect trade for that. Like, this is a perfect trade for next week. USD CHF, I was waiting for a break and retest for next week, and it looks like we are currently cooking that up. GBP USD, same exact thing. It looks like we are cooking that up for this following week. Right now we are at this, we're above this area of support, and obviously I cannot sell right into support. I have to wait for price to break below that. So it looks like we might have this trade perfectly into next week. GBP AUD, nothing. This is just, I mean, it had to move. Basically the whole entire move happened from this area. I think you guys already know that. So we missed out on this trade. It is what it is, but we called it perfectly. NZD CAD, we avoided this loss to perfection. So NZD CAD, I would have entered this trade once again probably a year ago. This is a trade that I've been avoiding pretty often lately. We had a pullback into this area. I just wanted to wait for a daily rejection. As I would have waited for that daily rejection, I would have realized that price never stopped, and we would have continued going to the upside, and I would have avoided this loss. Even though we had a perfect left head, right shoulder break at that neckline, just sometimes my experience requires me to wait for extra confirmations, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes it works in my favor, and sometimes it doesn't. That is the nature of trading, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that intuition and that decision making at that point. USD JPY, so exactly what I said. If we pretty much come back right below this area of interest, we're just going to continue selling through that zone. I've seen a lot of students inside of my community that they actually sold inside of this, and they sold back to the bottom of the zone. That was a possibility. I've been traveling the majority of this week. Traveled for like pretty much like 20 hours if you combine the flight, like the whole logistics before and after. So I've just been all over the place this week. So I don't feel like I missed out on much because the market's really haven't given me a big move aside from GBP AUD. AUD USD had the break from this area, is now having the retest. I think this is cooking up the perfect trade as well for next week. Bro, next week is going to be such a fire week. Here in Dubai is crazy too, right? AUD CHF. Yeah, nothing really on GBP, on AUD CHF, and Euro AUD. I don't even think I was interested in this for a minute. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We might take this Euro USD trade, but now factoring in that it's the last London session of the week. I don't like taking trades like this, right? Let me just put my alarm below here. If it does engulf for whatever reason, I'll make a decision at that point. But I don't know. I'm just enjoying the view right now. Honestly, bro, this is pretty bad. This is pretty bad now that I think about it, because I think this week is setting up the perfect trade. Like, let's say this does not happen this week, right? Let's say this trade for whatever reason does not happen. It just has to consolidate. That sets up the perfect trade for next week. And the reason why that is bad is because I am in Dubai right now. I'm literally here. Like, I am in Dubai. And if I actually enter this trade next week, I will make $300,000-$500,000. It's gonna look so fake. Bro, it's gonna look like I'm just fucking doing some fugazi shit, but I'm not. This is just a perfect trade set, bro. This is a perfect trade setup. This is a perfect trade. Like, I am literally going to make probably $500,000 next week because of how fire these markets are loading up. My timing to Dubai could have not been better, to be completely honest. Damn, I'm just gonna look like another one of these guys, bro. I'm not gonna get like a Lamborghini or Ferrari. I'm not gonna rent one of those bullshit cars out here. I'm gonna get a BMW or whatever. But I'm just thinking, bro, this is not good. I mean, it's good, but fuck. I almost want to, like, I don't even know. Cause I want to make money. I might just do it and not post it because I don't want people to think I'm doing some shit just because I'm in Dubai. Like, I'm actually good, you know? Like, I really trade like that. I don't know. Let's see what happens, boys, but this is a perfect trade setup for next week. I am not even going to lie. I'm very excited for this, so I'll keep you guys updated. Make sure to set and forget, and I'll see you guys in the next couple of hours.
And the rest of our Friday pretty much consisted of, we worked out at the gym outside in Dubai, probably the most commonly known gym. It was a mission to work out there because of how hot it was. And then just a dinner with some of my team members and kind of just getting used to the time zone, getting ready for the week ahead. And on Saturday, the markets are pretty much closed. So what does a trader do on the weekend? Go to the world's deepest pool. That's exactly what we did. I don't know if you guys know, but I actually free dive all the time. And I broke my record for 27 meters. So that's about 90 feet. Super crazy fun fact. I can hold my breath for like 4 minutes. That's like actually one of my superpowers. And on Sunday, we went to go meet up with the Onohu brothers. And we just chopped it up, got to meet them in person. Like, we've been e-friends for a very long time. Like, you know, text messages, Instagram stuff.
This gift, this one's for you.
Thank you, thank you.
And then this one is for you.
Appreciate it, brother.
And this one's for like both of you guys together, right?
Thank
so
you.
This is kind of like a gift for both of you. You guys,
Should I leave it or open it? Or
you guys can open it now. I think it kind of fits you guys perfect. Bro, I was trying to get these guys a gift. It took me, I think we were walking through the mall for like 3 hours, bro. I couldn't figure out what to get you guys.
It's difficult to give guys like us gifts, right?
I went to Prada to get you guys something from Prada, but
this is sick. This is sick.
It's an Hermes ashtray.
Sick ashtray, man.
So,
to smoke so good cigar.
You like exotic stuff, supposedly.
I love it, man.
This
is my color, man.
And I know you like blue, so because of that. The interior of the rose, so that's for you, bro. Bro, we went to Prada to try and get you guys like a bag. And we talked to like your...
Yeah, to Tracy?
Yeah, we talked
to the Chinese guy?
Yeah, we talked to him.
He's the best. Yeah,
and he comes in, he's like, brother, they bought everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, is there something they haven't gotten? They're like, no.
To be honest, we are top spenders at Prada UAE.
Yeah.
I swear, that's why we got invited for the...
I know you're a man who already has it all, but this is one thing that by far made me the most money in business, so
yeah,
you'll love this one.
So this is for you. What does it say?
I don't know. It's just packaging, but you have to look inside.
Okay, let me see. So this is what's made you the most amount of money.
Yeah.
Wow. Who the formula to achieve bigger goals?
Who not how.
Yeah. Who not how.
So the concept basically explains the fact that instead of every time you want to do or achieve something or do something new for your business, instead of how do I do this, you change it to who can do this, because there are always people who already walked the path. And since I applied this in business, everything exploded, and now we got companies with a couple hundred employees.
Running autopilot,
we were,
even from prison.
Exactly.
While we were zero involved with the business, still the business runs.
Yeah, it was killing it.
So that was a cool vibe. And after we went home, we did a Sunday swings with the students, and I literally prepped with my students and I told them, guys, this is going to be a record-breaking week. We will break the bank this week. The banks, the markets will hear of us and this move. And little did we know, or little did I know, that was actually going to come to fulfillment. That's why you need to manifest everything into real life. And I posted it on my Instagram. I literally said, this week, I'm going to break my record. These are the markets that I'm going to be trading on Instagram. I literally post on Instagram, this is what I'm going to be doing for the week. Feel free to take the trade at your own risk, but this is exactly what I'm doing. Does not get any more transparent than that. Within, I think, an hour, 300,000 people saw the video, 1,000 comments, and obviously some people not believing in it. And those people, guess what? They still copied the trade. And I don't think you guys understand how sharp and how big this double-edged sword is. Like, I am literally publicly putting myself on the line, saying, everybody enter this trade. This is what I'm going to be interested in doing. Like, this can go very good or very bad. I could look like an absolute fool if I were to lose this trade. And if I were to win it, exactly how I did, I look great. And I literally explained to the people, this is going to move fast. This is what I'm interested in. This is why I posted it so soon. And that, guess what happened right on Monday morning? I entered Euro USD as soon as we break that neckline of the head and shoulders, and then we entered Euro GBP for the counter trend trade. I explained all of this in the video on Instagram. I shared it with it, my everything, and I explained to the people exactly what we were looking to do into the trade. Within 2 hours, we had a massive candlestick that actually took place right when I was inside of the Forex Expo. So at the same time as I'm, just meeting random members from the community, as I'm speaking to other business owners, I am literally in the middle of a record-breaking trade. My community is going crazy. My DMs are going crazy. I'm getting all this type of abundance at the same time. I had to lock myself in the bathroom for like 30 minutes just to understand what was going on, because it was 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning, Dubai time zone, as all of this is happening. But then this is like 3 in the morning EST. So I just completely did not have the connection that we are inside of London session in the prime time. And this whole time zone thing happened at the same time, which was fun because I got to pretty much go the rest about my day with the trade moving massively, but also very overwhelming because I didn't expect for this trade to move that fast. Now, out of all the markets that I had analyzed on Sunday swings with my students, my number 1 pair was Euro USD, number 2 pair was AUD USD, number 3 was Euro GBP, and 4 was AUD USD. So I actually avoided GBP CHF as the counter trend high risk buy, and I avoided the AUD USD buy as a loss. So these were 2 losses that I avoided, and I actually entered both of the winning trades. Euro USD was the best trade simply because it was the least risk. It was the perfect pro trend trade. We're trading with the trend. We were breaking the neckline of the head and shoulders. The trade is absolutely perfect. And then Euro GBP is setting up the perfect counter trend trade after the weekly high, massive weekly bearish engulfing candlestick. We're basically entering at the lower high to continue selling down. And my decision making on basically betting that the euro was going to get weak for that week was what made this the biggest trade. So this could have gone the opposite way if the euro decided to get strong, but I'm betting against the euro with 2 currency pairs that for the week I saw getting much stronger than the euro, and that affected my trade positively like you can't even imagine.
All I can say is that I think this might be my biggest trading week in a very long time, and not because of monetary amount, because I decided to do something that I've never done in a very long time, and that is literally share my exact signal on a trade that I'm going to be interested in taking. Like, I'm going to go on social media and I'm going to tell 200,000 people that watch my stories every single day, like, this is not even cap, that you can literally look at this. This is 200,000 people that see my Instagram stories every single day. I'm going to literally tell them, yo, buy this, sell this, and I'm about to break that down with you guys now, and you guys are gonna get the full in-depth explanation, because on social media I'm just gonna say it. Why did I decide to do this? I don't know. I just wanted to challenge myself. Honestly, I feel like trading has become very easy for me lately, and I've been able to capitalize off of it and do very well. And I just want to help people all around the world. I want people to be able to capitalize off of it and use the money that they make, hopefully this week, to either, get a better trading account, get out of some debt, get better education, or just make some money. hopefully, right, there obviously is a risk associated with this. If you want to copy my trade, you need to understand there's a risk associated with it. But I'm going to make sure that I don't share my highest risk trade setup. I'm going to make sure that I do the best trade setup that it doesn't have the highest probability of losing, right? I'm not, and it's crazy, right? Because out of the trade that I might share the best probability trade setup, and it still might be a loser, and the higher risk trade might have been the winner one. But you guys are gonna get the full breakdown of every single trade. But I do see a very, very strong week coming. We're here in Dubai right now. As you can tell, this is the Burj Khalifa behind me, but it's actually in front of me because this is the reflection of the Burj Khalifa in the building behind me, or the glass behind me, whatever. So another reason why I feel very confident about this is because right now it is currently 8:49 in the morning, but it is technically 1 in the morning Miami time. So my day is about to begin, and so is London session. So I am very confident not only about my trades, but I'm literally going to be fully awake when these markets give these opportunities in London session, in pre-London session, during London session, pre-New York session, during New York session. I'm going to be fully awake because the trading sessions happen throughout the day. And I think this is why there's so many traders here in Dubai, and why this type of the world is very commonly traded on currency markets, because you're literally awake as a regular person on the prime time that the markets move. In Miami, it's 1 in the morning right now. I would have to stay up all night for me to catch a decent session in London. Where here it's the complete opposite. You just wake up and have your normal day and you're part of the market. So that's very cool. And that's another reason why I feel very confident. And I already tested this. I've been here for a week already. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Maybe another week, maybe 2 weeks. I already tested it last week and it worked perfectly. So let's see how it works this week, right? So let's start breaking it down. So my first market that I'm interested for the week was Euro USD. Euro USD last week, I've been very interested since trading it, but right now we are at an all-time high, and this all-time high had a massive liquidity grab with this very strong weekly bearish pin bar, breaking through all these highs. We are very much bullish. This market has had a very strong clean push to the upside, but we're approaching this strong resistance level that we haven't broken above since 2021, right? And right now we are simply just below this level, and that is a fact. The daily time frame has currently shifted bearish. This was the higher low, this is the higher high. Now we are bearish, retesting this area of interest once again, and we've had a very clean daily shooting star, evening star, engulfing candlestick. Now what I see here on the 4 hour is a beautiful 4 hour accumulating at this area of interest. This is creating a beautiful left head, right shoulder, multiple right shoulders, but what I see here at the most important is a neckline, this neckline of this head and shoulders. Now I want price to break this neckline of the head and shoulders, and I can enter the trade to the downside. This is not quite there just yet. I believe that this market from this point right here could potentially have a clean rejection from here. Like maybe this is the exact area where it actually has the push, but I need that push and that retest for me to enter the trade to the upside. I want to enter the trade at the bottom of this area. I don't want to enter the trade at the top of this area, because price could basically come, use this as support as it's done in the past, and then have a push to the upside. I want to wait till price gets below it, because clearly whenever we are below this area, price clearly continue going to the downside. Do I get a little bit worse of an entry? Sure, but I get a much better confirmation on my trade as a whole. That's what I personally want if I'm going to be sharing with 200,000 people the trade that I'm going to be interested in taking. So I have my alarm set up right here, so price notifies me once and if we ever decide to do that. Next is going to be NZD USD. Very similar to Euro USD, but this one looks much cleaner. Hopefully this week, this gentleman right here won't be out for a while, but yeah, hopefully he doesn't do us dirty in the markets this week, because yeah, that would not be fun. Right now, NZD USD, we have a massive bearish engulfing candlestick now retesting this structure. Daily time frame, we are now currently retesting this area of interest. And now that we're retesting this area of interest, I then go down to the 4 hour, and I see that the 4 hour is currently potentially creating a head and shoulders. Same exact thing as USD. I need a break and retest of this neckline for me to enter this trade to the downside. Very simple. It's basically the exact same trade. This is just a lot further from this neckline. Euro USD is a lot closer to this neckline. Next, we have Euro GBP. This is the one trade where it is a degenerate trade. This is a very high risk trade, but I think it might be ready to take like right now as we speak. Maybe in the next 8 minutes. I'd wait probably for this candlestick to close, but left head, right shoulder, break this neckline, retesting it. It's like the perfect counter trend trade setup. But that's the problem. It's a counter trend trade setup. It is a perfect trade setup for this to literally, because like we're expecting for price to have a retracement to this area, right? So right now we've had technically this market is bullish. We've had a push up, but I believe this needs a better retest of this area before continuing heading to the upside. And last week we had a massive weekly bearish engulfing pin bar candlestick. I expect this week to be the fill of that. We are technically retesting below this minor daily area of interest right here. So this is a resistance, support. We're retesting it. The 4-hour time frame probably has the cleanest head and shoulders I've seen this week. This is the cleanest head and shoulders that you can possibly ask for right here. Like everything that I would want to take a counter trend trade is right here, but I don't know if I want to share a counter trend trade in front of 200,000 people. Like this is not the brightest idea in my opinion, but the trade might be there. Ah man, it's like a love-hate thing, because you ask for all of these extra confirmations and then the market does it, and then you ask yourself, does it make sense to take the trade or not? It's a great question. It's a great question. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait these 6 minutes and we'll come back to it. We'll get through this quick. GBP CHF, we are basically at the all-time low, literally the lowest point we have ever taken, at the lowest point we've ever been in this market. This is an extremely high-risk degenerate trade. I do not suggest this trade to anybody, but if you were to take it, this is the trade that I would probably take and not share, but this is like the perfect degenerate trade. We're at the lowest point we've ever been. The 4-hour time frame right now, I'm going to be waiting for price to have a break and retest above this area here. So I have this like big bullish candle in case we actually end up doing that. Let me actually delete this alarm. I don't know why there's 2 alarms here, but I need this alarm to get hit right around here for this market to let me know once we're shifting, rejecting this left head, right shoulder, this inverted neckline of the head and shoulders, for me to take this trade to the upside. GBP AUD, I broke this down last night with my students. If it closed with a strong engulfing, I'd be interested in selling the trade. The trade had a stronger engulfing than I anticipated. Trade had a pretty aggressive move. Not really in the business to chase this trade. I literally broke this down last night on Sunday Swings with my students. By the way, if you guys have not subscribed to this channel, literally subscribe to this channel. I break down every single one of the pairs that I do with my students as detailedly as I possibly can. I just kind of give you guys the overview. But with my students every single Sunday, I literally give them these exact trades, a much deeper call on why I'm interested in these markets and why I'm not interested in these other 25 other markets. So I give them the breakdown of the ones that make the most sense and the ones that don't. So I find these markets every single week with my students, and I actually explain to them in a much deeper way that I am doing right now why I'm interested in entering some trades and why I'm not interested in others. But yeah, if you guys want to know more about that, check the link in the description below and hit the subscribe button, because I want this channel to be my new way of educating people in trading with real live raw markets. And if you guys aren't subscribed, you're not going to get this reminder. AUD USD, we have a perfect weekly bullish engulfing candlestick last week. Beautiful pro trend trade, retesting this area here. Like this trade is perfect. Daily time frame, we have a daily retest of this area, break above this area, retest of this area right here. 4-hour time frame, it currently seems to be creating a perfect shift of structure. This one just looks good as well. Oh man, I'm going to be waiting for a little bit of a retest, and on this retest, if I get an engulfing, I'm going to enter this trade to the upside. I love how the daily looks. I love how the 4-hour looks. I love how this market is just moving as a whole on this area right here. So we're going to wait for this one as well. I just moved it up because I actually like this market a lot. GBP AUD we broke down. Euro AUD, this one, I just believe it's just going to continue going to the downside. If the daily could close like this, that would be massive, because then I would enter off of the next day. I don't want to enter off of today's move. I feel like it would be an impulse move. I want this market to have the continuation push to the downside, and then I'll wait for the retest for us to enter this trade to the downside. So it'll be a quick break, retest, and then I'd be interested in selling. Basically what we did here, break, retest, sell. Right now we're just having that break. I'll wait for the retest. GBP USD, we're going to be waiting for this to have a proper break and retest, so we are yet to do that. And USD CHF, a proper break and retest. Basically, once this price breaks and retests this neckline of the head and shoulders, retest this EMA, I'm going to be interested in taking this trade to the downside. I say right now my priority is indeed AUD USD, Euro GBP, and Euro USD for a sell. So let me organize all these markets right here. Yeah, so these are my top 3 markets right now. Euro USD for a sell, AUD USD for a sell, and this is where some people get confused. They're like, wait, but here you're going to be selling the dollar, or yeah, basically buying the dollar. Here you're going to be selling the dollar. How do you do that? Well, I just pick whichever one makes the most sense and then I take it. And you guys also have to remember there's 2 other currency pairs on this market right here that influence greatly this market. So we can't just take a trade based off of the USD. Obviously the USD is the stronger currency and it's going to primarily move this market, but these other currency pairs will have a great effect on it. And then we also have the counter trend trade. So let me think about it. I'll cook it up right now. I want to focus and see exactly what I'm going to do and what the decision I'm going to take. I'll update you guys now.
So after this first initial push of the trade moving massively in my direction, the trade pretty much stalled throughout the rest of the day. And I showed a couple of the students that were there at the expo that wanted to see the trade live. I showed it to them live. I showed them my account history, showed them that it was a real account, showed them everything, right? Because, you know, some students are like, bro, I want to see it. It's motivational to see that in person. And after doing that, basically went out to dinner once again with the team and the market slows down.
Can you show me a live trade? Is that possible? A live trade?
Bro, people are gonna think this is fake, bro. People are gonna think this is fake.
Is it a live one? What?
Alright, it's the Wi-Fi. Gotta give it a second.
Can you go on the broker? Closing 400. It's great. Can you show any other trades you took, like a past P&L or broker statement or something? Because many people say you're a scammer, so I don't believe it.
The hater from the comments are here.
No. Let's see the real money.
Okay, so this the trade's live, right?
Okay.
I'm in this trade. So
You're selling on euro.
Yeah, I'm literally posting it right now on my Instagram while people are catching it. I'm literally posting it right now.
What did you take? Short?
Yeah,
on euro?
Yeah, so look, this student right here, look, this student in my community was posted 1 hour ago. And he also caught the trade and he made $22,000.
Oh, he closed already, right?
Huh?
He closed already.
Yeah, look, it's a closed position right here. Look, 22. I'm literally, as you speak, you walked up to me as I was taking a screenshot of this trade right here. All right, so
you must have a hella screenshots, huh?
That's what I was doing right now, yeah.
Trade up there real quick. That's what I get for flexing on Instagram. 314,000. Let's go home.
The next day, it's the exact same thing. We go back to the Forex Expo. So this is Tuesday now, and the market is starting to have a retracement. So Euro USD has pulled back into retest the neckline of the head and shoulders. So the trade being from $200,000 in profit, just one single trade, is now negative $10,000 or $15,000. The trade came back to break even, and I explained to everybody. I even posted it on Twitter. People were asking me in Twitter because I shared this trade on Twitter. I said, yo, I'm interested in taking these 3 trades. Please trade at your own risk. My comment section, my DMs were blowing up. Alex, your trade is back. What should I do? And I literally said, set and fucking forget. That is exactly what we do at this point. We commit to the trade. We either let the trade get taken out of stop loss or let the trade take out at break even. And guess what happened on Tuesday? The trade flew to fucking take profit because we set and fucking forget. So all the students came up to me at the expo, people that literally met me at the expo, that I explained to them what was going on with the trade, entered the trade, and the trade played out massively. It was just a trend continuation trade. It could have not gotten any easier than that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, update. There's just so much that has gone down since the last time I recorded this. Let's just start breaking some things down, I guess. Just so much has happened. So Euro USD obviously had a very strong sell-off. We basically sold off of the sell-off, came back, retested it. Massive daily bearish engulfing candlestick with a bearish pin bar. Today we have filled that, and we have 5 hours left in this candlestick to close. Right now it's currently 11:46 in the morning EST, so we're waiting for this to continue having a push to the downside. It's moving very clean. 4-hour close is structure below. We've obviously been in both of these positions, well, this one and then the other one. So we got an upgraded account on the broker that we're using, so we're able to finally do more than 90 lots. That 90 lot shit was extremely annoying, but right now we're up probably $843,000 on this trade. So we were up actually $500,000 on this trade, and I called it to perfection on Euro USD. AUD USD, we dodged this bullet, and Euro GBP, we called this sell to perfection. Beautiful entry right after this rejection. Beautiful push to the downside. We held through like a fucking menace to society, and we are now having this. It's just so crazy that I actually held all the way down. It's just insane, and I'm going to continue to hold this position down. But basically, this counter trend trade has happened. NZD USD is currently cooking up another trade right now, and I think it's going to basically cook this up for tomorrow, right? I would not enter a trade right now after this daily bearish engulfing candlestick. I'm going to wait for a wick pullback into this area, and after this wick pullback is then when I'm going to be interested in the sells. But this so far has been playing out to perfection as well, so I have that noted. GBP CHF, if we would have entered this trade, we'd be in a little bit of a consolidation. Daily looks like it's creating another daily doji as well, so I'd be very interested in entering this trade as well later into this week after retesting of this engulfing. And GBP AUD had to move to the downside, bounce off of here, and now having to move back to the upside. Not that interested into this trade anymore. Basically, this trade has already pretty much just happened. The trade is gone. Not that interested. Euro AUD had a little bit of move, nothing. GBP USD, nothing. And USD CHF, nothing. Our main focus is to continue to hold Euro USD. AUD USD maybe for some potential buys, not really. Gonna continue holding these sells on Euro GBP for the next couple of hours, see how the daily time frame closes. NZD USD is my next trade that I'm going to be interested in taking 100%. We're going to put it as our number one pair. And GBP CHF is going to be another trade that I'm going to be very interested in executing as well. Have to wait for this daily time frame to close in the next couple of hours. So yeah, that's pretty much everything for now. Not the most active week. I've just been in Dubai. We went to the Forex Expo. Met a couple of cool guys out here, and I think for the first time in years, I'm actually enjoying not recording stuff, and I'm just like actually living life, and it's pretty cool. So I'm kind of just enjoying it, right? And I think tomorrow we're gonna go to the lions. So one of my rich friends here, part of the royal family, has like a lion tiger, so we're gonna go to that tomorrow. And I probably will not do an update, sorry, but I explained it here, and maybe we come back the day after and then I'll show you guys. I think this is the first time I'm actually like not prioritizing the work. I'm prioritizing like just living in the moment, and I'm loving it. I'm having a great time, and I think that these trades are just so simple. I say them every single week inside this channel. If you guys follow along, you guys know, I'm literally just like repeating myself with new examples every single week, and you guys are capitalizing off of it. I literally posted on my Twitter this trade to perfection. I literally posted me explaining this trade. I mean, you guys can, editor, please pop it up. Screenshots of my Twitter here of me literally just sending these trades out here publicly, telling people to continue to hold. These are my 3 trade ideas. This is all like live, right? Like, you know, what do we have? How many people saw this? 66,000 people saw this. Like I literally said, Euro USD sell, AUD buy, and then yeah. I think you guys get the point. Set a motherfucking spaghetti.
And honestly, this trade was supposed to stop at $500,000. Like that was where I was going to cap the trade out. That was where it peaked at $500,000. And it got to the point where I got a little bit greedy, and I said, you know what? We're gonna continue to set and fucking forget. And little did I realize I was setting and forgetting the wrong trade, which was Euro GBP. Euro GBP is a counter trend trade. I should cut my profits fast, right? Because I'm taking a trade against the trend. But I decided to commit, and Euro GBP decided to have a retracement after it actually already made it to my take profit, which is at a strong support level. After that retracement, Euro GBP then continued to push down, creating a new lower low, making the euro weaker, and that is exactly what made Euro USD continue to break low and continue to head to the downside. And that's where everything changed. That's where this went from a $500,000 trade to a $700,000 trade. All of this by Tuesday, Wednesday. And I expected for this to be $1 million week because of all of the trades that I was going to execute. I was probably going to execute a total of 3 trades, max 4. I've actually never taken more than that amount of trades in a single week, but there were so many perfect opportunities that I said, you know what, this might be the week. But my decision making changed in the middle of the week because I had such great entries on these trades that I was continuously fishing for that $1 million week, but just with the same exact trades. People always want to make more money from the markets by taking more trades, and you don't make more money from the markets by making more trades. You make more money from the markets by letting the right trade continue to make you more money. If you're trading with the trend, you're on the right side of the market, and you have a solid risk to reward, you let that trade ride. That's how you're gonna maximize your profits, not by entering another trade. You just simply let a winning trade continue be a winning trade. That is the whole philosophy behind Set and Forget. That is how you continuously, it's like making passive income. If you entered the right trade setup and the trade is hot, you let it do its thing. The last thing you wanna do is cut your profits short. You always want to cut your losses short because you don't ever want to lose more money, but you always want to make more money. And if it doesn't cost you more money to make more money, why would you close out that trade setup? You're making more money off of the same trade you already took without having any additional risk. That is the beauty of Set and Forget and entering the right trade setup. That's exactly what I did. The trades were having very strong momentum. They were heading in my direction. Why would I cut a trade short that has strong momentum in my direction? I won't. And that's why it made me the profits that it did.
Boys, so we're back for day 2. I wasn't gonna come today for day 2, but I said, you know what? All of my Indian people out here, we had such a fucking good time yesterday that I need to come again today. I need to meet the people. Because I didn't say that I was coming yesterday. I just pulled up. And I just posted like when I was leaving, bro, I think I got 3,000 DMs that people were gonna pull up today if I were to just pull up. And like if I'm on this side of the world, I wanna meet you guys. So I said, fuck, I'm just pulling up. Not letting them know I'm here, but train update. Trade is looking pretty decent. So yesterday we had a retracement back into the retest of this neckline. Your GBP still in profit as we speak. Trade right now is 300K. Not bad. Good to see you here. Bro, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited.
When you told me you were here the first time, I'm like, what the?
I didn't even know you were like a main sponsor for this either.
Forex.
Look, right now I'm up.
Oh my god.
Wait, it's gonna load.
You're up 300 or 100?
356.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like I was up half a mil yesterday, but I'm up.
He's up $350,000.
So I lost 150 grand. I'm like making it back now. I'm trying. Yeah, like if this trade closes in profit, I'll be like 800.
Finally, you got the watch.
Oh yeah, black or red?
Black or red. I'm not playing for money. I'm not playing for money. No chance.
Wait for the color.
Okay, red.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, we're here doing forexy stuff.
Red. Wow.
$50 million, guys. I just wanted to do it. Oh, fuck. That's crazy.
Right. See. That's the man right there, man. So this is one of my most profitable students. We did podcast 1, we did podcast 2. Oh my god, bro! I didn't even realize it. Oh, check it. All right, look. No, wait for it. 450. Fire.
Wait, I got to do it.
You can't fake this shit.
Can't fake that shit.
So after we left the Forex Expo, which was the second and final day, I said, you know what? This is gonna be a winning trade. Let's go celebrate. And what a better way of celebrating by buying another watch. And not a new watch. The same watch I already have. Why? Because why the fuck not? I have a Jacob & Co. black and red, right? So the whole roulette is black or red. And sometimes I can't make a decision whether to pick black or red. And my Jacob & Co. has a red strap. So I said, okay, you know what? Let me get another one with a black strap. So if I don't know which one to pick, I just wear them both. That's what I did.
Bro, the box is crazy. I've not seen a box like that.
Yeah, yo, this is definitely like the hottest box, bro, though. Bro, having 2 of these is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, no,
As in it's hard.
definitely for sure.
All right, so basically we're going to, bro, we should do like at the same time. So we're gonna spin for 1,000 difference or 2,000 difference. What was the difference?
1,000, right?
1,000 difference? Okay, so we're spinning for 1,000 right now to see who wins. What color do you want to pick? I'll leave it to you.
I'll go black for black. So let's go.
All right, it's not
For black.
all right. You want to do it on the black watch or the black watch?
Let's go for black.
Okay.
I'll let you spin it.
This is too many odds against us here. I'm not gonna like. All right, spinning it. And this one spins way more than mine. I'm not gonna lie.
Land in black, bro. Oh, smaller balls. So yeah, those balls or what?
Gonna land on green. And red. Sure, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Wow, this is sick. All right, well, now I did that out here with another free one on the other wrist, you know?
No, it does. The black and red slaps, right? I think you should keep the black, bro.
It's just because you're black, bro. That's why you want to keep it black. Okay, that's what the color cake. I mean, guys, thank you so much. It's a pleasure for coming down, bro.
No, it was a pleasure.
Beautiful. So appreciate you, my brother. Thank you very much, Harry. All right, so trade up there right now. Euro USD is having a continuation push to the downside, looking very, very solid. AUD USD, we avoided this loss to perfection, so this trade was avoided. And Euro GBP is having a major retracement. So not gonna lie, pretty big L on my end right here for not closing this trade down over here. So we would be up so much more right now. We would be up 275 here plus 250 that I was up on this one. We'd be up like 600 grand right now, but I decided to get greedy and continue to hold this one. This is a counter trend trade. So this trade, we did not anticipate for it to make it all the way back. You know, like this is like, we're supposed to be buying here basically. And we still decided to continue to hold. This trade has so much more downside potential. We will continue to hold this position. And that right there shows you boys, get out fucking balls. Bars of fucking steel. 2 big motherfucking bars for hold the fucking trade through some drawdown, a little bit of a retracement.
Now, fast forward to Wednesday morning after having probably the best night's sleep I've ever had, because now when I sleep in this time zone, I'm actually sleeping in the trading sessions that have no volume. So my trade is going to be good. It's not like Miami time zone where I fall asleep and I wake up to a surprise. Either the trade is going to be at my stop loss or be at my take profit. So sleeping is actually very stressful in the EST time zone. So I fall asleep, normal. I wake up 8 in the morning, which is pre-London session. And I decided, you know what, let's give it another hour because I want to see what happens right at the crack of London session. Maybe there's an additional volume that can actually push my trade a little bit further into profit. And that's where I started seeing the trade just jitter too fast into one direction and then the other one. And I said, you know what, I'm going to make the executive decision at this point and close out this trade.
I'm about to close out my biggest profits in a single day for $738,000. Now, before I close this trade out live right now, I think it's so much cooler than me making money that I just shared this on social media 2 days ago, and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people were able to capitalize off of this just off of a fucking Instagram video. Yo, generally speaking, if you guys made money off of this trade, comment it down below. Anything. If you guys were to actually, if you guys even saw this happen in real time and you guys followed it and you guys shared it, just comment it. You guys have no idea how much that motivates me and it keeps me going to just continue to do this for you guys. So let's close out my biggest profits in a single day here together. So we're going to go to bulk operations and we're going to close our positions. Bang.
This trade is already past my take profit. So my take profits were set for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. We're at a 1 to 2.3, 1 to 2.5 on the other trade setup. And I personally set and forget until the trade gets to my take profit. Once the trade gets to my take profit, then there I analyze the market structure and decide if it makes sense to continue to set and forget. And it did make sense to continue to set and forget. But honestly, I was looking at the money. I was saying, you know what, this is my biggest trading profits I've ever made in a single week. It might not be the full $1 million that I want, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm just coming off of a 2-week losing streak and then a whole entire week where I did not execute a trade. I kind of need this money right now. So let me actually close out my profits for the week and lock in something. And that's exactly what I did. Now, I looked at the markets 6 hours later, and yes, I missed out on probably the other $250,000 that I needed to make my $1 million. But you know what? I did not feel any type of way, simply because I locked in the profits that I risked for and that I aim to get. Anything after my take profit, whatever happens after that, I don't get emotional and I don't care about it, because at the moment of me closing the trade, I made a decision based off of a cool and calm mindset. And at that time, it made sense to do that. So I am not going to regret my decision or think back on it and say, damn, I would have, could have, should have made so much more. No, you made money. you move on, there's gonna be another opportunity. And that's a problem with a lot of traders out there, is that they don't have that type of mindset. Whether they win a trade and they could have made more money, they start thinking of the what ifs. And if they miss out on the trade, they think of, well, what if I would have risked more? And if they lose a trade, they're like, well, what if I never took it? No, I don't think of the what ifs. I don't think of the hypotheticals. I made a decision, it made sense, I made money, I move on. Simple.
I'm not even supposed to like be, man. We're up $716,000. This is fucking insane. The fact that I'm up nearly $1 million in just 3 days is absolutely insane. Coming from somebody that like I've made a fuck ton of money, but this is like an unfathomable amount of money for such a little amount of time and such a little amount of effort. Like, I haven't done fucking anything. All I've just done is execute a trade and just wait. Yes, this trade came back, could have taken me out at break even. I could have even lost some money, but that's just the risk that I took behind the trade. But the fact that I'm up $720,000 on a fucking Wednesday is just mind-blowing to me right now. And I feel it's like I came here to Dubai. I was here for a week. I understood how the trading time zones worked. I saw the markets cooking up for next week, and I capitalized off of that. I set a goal for myself. I manifested. I put it out into there. I'm like, yo, this week I want to make a motherfucking $1 million. So some people might look at me like I'm crazy. Some people might look at me like this is a unrealistic goal. Some people might look at me and think it's fake. But I'll tell you this, I'm the motherfucker that's up right now, $718,000. I'm the motherfucker that called it. I'm the motherfucker that put it out there. And now it's here. It's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's just I mean, you guys are gonna be watching this, who knows from where in the world, and like, I'm just experiencing it here now, and it's very real. And you know, I'm not here to just like flex. I'm not here to shit on you, or I'm just here to show you what's possible. I'm here to show you the transparency behind it, and if I can do it, so can you. All right, so you guys can see right here yesterday, I was literally explaining the only trade I was interested in entering was NZD USD. I needed that break, I needed that retest to sell. And yeah, we never got that fucking retest and we never sold, but you know what, it's okay. So we predicted another market. This is another beautiful execution of another trade following the strategy. Like, bro, there's so much free money this week. I told, bro, this is so crazy. Oh man, this is so crazy. I literally told you guys yesterday, the daily time frame closes bearish engulfing like this. We're gonna wait for a little pullback to then sell. The 4-hour time frame has had no pullback. So since it had no pullback, we simply did not get to enter the sell. But the movers right there, the head and shoulders was right there, the break, even the retest, but the retest happened too late into the day. Euro USD, my boys, we are up the 1 to 2 risk to reward. We have officially hit our take profit. And we are now approaching this level of support. I very strongly believe that we are going to have a reaction from this support level right here. I do believe that this can potentially have, you know, have this create a push to the upside. If not, I believe this will close very strong engulfing and just keep going down. I'm probably not going to be in that trade for that long. Like, this to me is already good. I caught the right shoulder or the retest of the neckline to the support level. I'm pretty much done right at this level here. GBP CHF has had a very strong reaction from this level of support. I was lurking at it earlier. So right now it's 8:30 in the morning here and it's 12:30 in Miami. So we're about to enter a London session. Like, it's only the middle of the week. We are still only getting started. Like, this looks like it's about to fly. This to me looks like it's about to take off. This is just creating a perfect base at this level. I might just enter this other trade. I literally just might enter this trade because fuck it. I'm gonna enter on one of my other accounts. Yeah, I'm gonna enter on another account of mine. Give me a second. What phone? Fuck, it's on the other phone. But I'm gonna enter this buy right here. We'll just put this along. I'm gonna wait for. Yeah, I'll wait for this candlestick to close in the next 28 minutes. So yeah, this AUD, GBP AUD, we're gonna continue to go. Euro GBP has had a very strong push to the downside, and we've capitalized off of this whole entire move. Even with this retracement right here, we've continued to set and forget, let the trade come back into this area. We're going to potentially be interested in closing very soon here, simply because I don't believe that this has more downside potential. I believe this is a pro-trend trade, and this is the area where it can potentially have a reaction from, and then it can obviously have a push up, or once again, it can literally do this, have a massive weekly bearish engulfing, and then continue having a push down. But I've already capitalized off of this more than I should have. I don't need any more. Obviously it would be cool, but I'm very content. So I know I wanted to make $1 million this week, but I think I'm just good with the 700 grand. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take this 710 and run with it, because I don't even want to risk. Like, this is good. This is good. I'll keep my eye on it. Basically, NZD USD, we missed it. GBP CHF, we continue to have the move. And you know, you guys, I feel like you guys have seen like a different side of me this week, because I'm out of my regular routine in my home. I'm out of my time zone. I'm out of just like what built me as a person. I'm just out of my system, my routine. I love my routine. I love what I've built, and I don't give that up for anybody. I don't give that up for anything, and that's what got me to the point where I am now. And being able to still thrive and succeed out of my routine, out of my environment, just shows, once you have a proven concept, what the fuck you can do, you know? I don't know. It's pretty exciting, pretty cool. I'm actually having a great time. So I haven't had a great time in a while. So we're gonna close out this trade probably in the next 30 minutes to an hour, because I want to see what London session could do. Maybe it could give me some more profit. And we're gonna go chill with some lions, some tigers. Hopefully not get eaten, but I doubt it. But I don't know. It's pretty crazy. That's all I can say. I just keep saying that. It's pretty crazy. I feel like I'm young again in a way. I feel like I'm young again, because like when you get so successful and you make so much money so fast, like you kind of like lose touch with a lot of things. Like there's no supercar, there's no hypercar, there's no car that's gonna like wow me anymore, right? But doing something like this that I'm doing right now is just wowing me. Making a shit ton of money out of my home while I'm traveling and having fun, it's just like this new feeling. It's like this new high that I've just gotten right now. I'm just enjoying this. Because right now, I could be up this money in Miami, and all right, now I just, you know, I'd go to my gym, I'd just be in my routine, and that's all what I've built and what I've created and I loved. But it's not new, it's not exciting. And I feel like this right now is just new and exciting, and I'm loving it. That's all I can say. So last update, we are up 710,000. We'll update you guys later. See you boys.
So after closing my trade, I was very happy, and it was a great day to go with one of my friends, Mo Vlogs, to the zoo. So he has a couple rich friends out there that have zoos. I don't know, you know, like that's different type of money. If you have your own private zoo, you're rich. And I almost got raped by an orangutan. Yeah, that was weird.
Habuba. Hey. Bro, there's juicy about that thing. Oh my god, what is it doing? Oh, it's like sucking it.
No, it's like,
bro, maybe he has a kink for knees.
Bro, that's some weird shit going on.
Come on. Okay.
This looks so crazy.
So after nearly getting my kneecap bitten off by a chimp or an orangutan, I felt rich. I felt very rich. After leaving the Royal Palace, after being with cool animals and making nearly $1 million in a day, I told Mo, I need a Kundura, because I'm that guy now. I am a Habibi now officially. Please give me the honor to take me to my first Kundura. That's exactly what I did. And supposedly I look like some famous guy from there. I don't know, but let's say I bought more than one. Shout out to Mo for actually gifting me my first Kundura.
Habibi, come to Dubai.
Okay, so this is supposed to stay like this. Okay,
Now
so
you look like a Bugatti owner.
100%.
Now this is the guy who owns a Bugatti.
Shoes or no?
No shoes.
You need slippers.
You have slippers, yeah.
Yeah.
We take slippers. Thank you very much. Yo, Mo just got me my first Condor. Thank you.
You're now official.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Dubai.
Yo, we're rocking around like this, man. Yo.
So at this point, after I have my Conduro and I have just nearly made $1 million in one single week, and I've pretty much just stunted on other people that don't believe in me or think that I'm a demo trader or a fake trader, I decided to let it out in the Twitter community, in the X community, the people that are the friendliest or are very aggressively friendly. And I don't mean to come off as an arrogant person. I'm not an arrogant person. I'm really not. I may say some things which probably don't have the best grammar or come off a bit aggressive, but I mean it in the best way. It's like tough love. And then I did this other tweet, and it's kind of funny because some people, when they come to me in person, they're like, yo, Alex, you're actually a really nice guy. Like, I don't know why. I thought you'd be a dickhead. I'm like, why would you think I'm a dickhead? I mean, I read this tweet that I posted. I'm like, well, I can see how I can come off a little arrogant sometimes, but I do it because I hate arguing with small-minded people in the industry, honestly. To me, it's a fucking waste of time. So I said here, hate or love me, I called the moves. Simple. Call it demo money if you want. I'll be withdrawing my demo funds and eating Wagyu. So okay, fine, it's a little arrogant, but it always be the non-believers, the haters that are the ones saying it's demo, it's real, it's not fake. Okay, let's say the trades. Let's say I'm trading demo. Fuck it. All right, I'm trading demo. You caught me. Cool. Can you at least give me credit that I'm predicting the trades? Am I not literally saying that the trade is going to go from this point to this point and then to continue to hold? Do you just think I'm gonna predict this and not actually risk money behind it? In what fucking right mind does that make sense? That's why I don't argue with small-minded people, and we said and forget them. And I realized that this got me a little bit emotional in a greedy way, where I started feeling like the man, and I started thinking that I almost felt like I can predict every single move in the market. And that's when I went back to the market to go trade again. Now, thankfully, I've been doing this for a long time, for 7 years, and I made a great analysis in the market, and it was literally another perfect trade setup where I would take this trade setup 10 out of 10 times. But you know what? I made a rule where I don't take more than 2 trades in a single week. If I take more than 2 trades in a single week, I have to do something to hold myself accountable. For example, taking cold showers, right? If I break my rule, I have to go ahead and take a cold shower. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to take a cold shower, so I decided to, you know what, I already made a lot of money this week. I'm not going to take a trade. We're going to leave it like that. And I was really wanting to make $1 million for the week just so I can complete my goal for the week. And me following my trading plan, I decided to not take the trade, didn't take it. Now, I avoided a win, so the trade actually played out perfectly. NZD/USD gave me the perfect trade setup, the perfect trade continuation sell, and I missed out on the trade. Now, did that make me feel some type of way? Did I feel emotional? Did I get greedy that I then go find another trade setup? No, it just made me more confident than you can even imagine. The fact that I'm actually able to make 750 grand on 2 trade setups, I predict the trades perfectly, I hold the trade, comes back to break even, goes back to my take profit, I close the trade out, I analyze another trade setup that is another perfect trade setup, and I don't take it is far more powerful to me than actually executing the trade. The fact that I have that self-control to make a lot of money in a single week and not take the next trade setup because I'm following my trading plan, I respect myself so much more for that, and it makes me so much more confident in my trading that I'm able to have that self-control. And I feel like that should be far more impressing to people than the money that I made, because you know, I can get lucky in the trades and predicting the market, and I just, you know, catch the move, right? Whatever, because of whatever reason you want to call it. But me controlling myself after making all that money and having another opportunity is far more impressive, not clicking that button than clicking that button. Because a lot of people out there, they fail because they click that button too often and they don't know how to have that self-control. So that was honestly probably one of the highlights personally out of this whole entire challenge. The fact that I did not take that next trade setup, because that could have made me lose probably half of the profits that I made on the biggest trade. But I didn't make the money, but I also didn't lose anything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after breaking the record of making $750,000. Let me get you guys the exact number on how much money I just made. So this is an update a couple hours later. You know, editor, please popped up the Instagram reel of me closing out the trade live. We closed out for a total of $730,000. We have officially withdrawn $500,000 from our $750,000 record day or week, if you want to call it. And I mean, I'm just going to let the markets speak for themselves, right? So Euro USD, we close out this trade here like a fucking pussy, bro. This literally continued to drop to the downside where I could have made double of what I had originally closed out at this point. All right, so we're back. So I guess the computer starts like overheating and starts lagging, right? But okay, we're here. So basically Euro USD had a beautiful continuation push to the downside. As you can tell, we had a massive push to the downside after having this beautiful break of this lower low, creating a new lower low. This is a perfect lower high, left head, right shoulder, rejection from the area of interest, literally everything that we would want to see from the trade. Beautiful weekly bearish engulfing after these 8 weeks of just consolidation, 9 weeks of consolidation. And now it's just a very easy play. We continue selling this trade to the downside. I would have had the perfect entry to pretty much swing this for the next 2 weeks, but I'm just not that guy right now. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that guy to be entering those type of trades, and I just decided to close my trade out there. NZD USD, I did not manage to catch this trade. As you guys can tell, this happened literally perfectly. I was waiting for this trade to give me that bearish rejection candlestick. Was a bit too low on the retracement. I was just being way too picky. And on this pickiness, I literally decided, like, I just missed out on this whole entire move. But this is another perfect example of the markets playing out to perfection. This is Picasso. This is artwork. This is just how the market should move. Break, retest of the area of interest, rejection, engulfing, sell. Like, that's it. That's just how the market should move. This is how we have been able to catch these trades week after week after week. So this market played out perfectly. GBP CHF, like I said, massive counter trend trade, massive high risk trade. I did not execute this trade, and we avoided this loss by simply just sticking to the trades that make the most sense. Even the ones like these that look the best, they're still high risk at the end of the day. And, you know, it doesn't really make sense to take a trade if it's a high risk. Yes, it has all the other possible confluences at the lowest point ever, blah, 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 blah. Still a high risk trade, right? Next, we have AUD USD, which we were completely wrong about this trade. And obviously we were right pretty much about every other single market. And this did not have the move to the upside. And last but not least, I believe it was Euro GBP, which we had the counter trend trade here. And then we had the reaction from this level exactly how I anticipated. So we are pretty much, I don't know, what do you want to call it? A 3 for 7, 4 for 7. All you really need is just one. You need to catch 1 or 2 of these a week, and that's all you need. And this is what I do every single week with my students inside of my community. I literally share with them every single one of these trades live as they're happening. And I'm like, yo guys, Sunday swings, I get on a call. I'm like, yo, we're gonna be interested in this, this, this. This is why we're not going to be interested in this. And then after, I do like one-on-one calls with my students, and then I get to like further break down trades that they've taken in the past, mistakes that they do. I literally review the trades. So if you guys want to know more about this, hit the link in the description down below, because it's something that I do every single week, and I only do with a very close group of people, because it's not something that I do with everybody, because it's simply I'm one person and I can only work with a certain amount of people. So I would try my best to make it the best quality possible, and it not be something that I just let anybody in. So if you guys want to know more about that, link in the description. Broker that I use in the link in the description down below. And if at this point in the video you are not subscribed to this channel, which is just strictly about trading, all I can say is you're missing out. Hit that subscribe button. Every single week I'm dropping live bangers just like this one, where I am giving you my whole entire thought process, my whole entire rundown of the exact trades that I'm entering, why I'm entering it, how I'm entering it, the full breakdown. And I think this is very educational. I think this is very real, raw, and how I trade while I'm traveling, how I trade when I break records like this one that I just broke right now, or how I just trade when I'm in my regular normal routine. I've been here in Dubai for 2 weeks now. I'll probably be here for another week, maybe 2 weeks, and then head back to Miami, because honestly the trading here is pretty ridiculous, and I'm actually able to trade better. My trading time zone is so much better because I don't have to wake up for London session. I just stay up, or maybe I go back to Miami and I just stay with this sleep schedule, which is pretty crazy, because right now it is 1 in the afternoon and it's 5 in the morning in Miami time. So,
and the rest of the week pretty much consisted of us just living life in Dubai. I think this was the first actual trip where I genuinely had a lot of fun off camera, right? Usually I record the majority of the stuff that I'm living, but for the first time ever, I didn't even think about that. I just genuinely enjoyed having a great time with my guys, with you guys that saw me out there at the Forex Expo. I had a lot of conversation with you guys. Like I finally did a crazy record week, and I actually enjoyed it without having to do anything for content. I just did it to actually have fun, and we captured some moments. And next week, we're actually going to upload the full week in the life of Dubai, which I think is going to be one of my favorite videos that I have ever recorded, just because we're just genuinely having a fuck ton of fun, and whatever can come out, comes out. Whatever can come out, can come out. So if you guys want to see that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, so you guys can see that video as soon as it comes live. But this week is not an anomaly. It might be an anomaly because of the amount of money that I made this week, because it's a record number. But I predict these markets every single week, and I'm talking about every single week. I'm literally sharing the full breakdown of why I'm interested in entering a trade and why I'm not interested in entering other trades. I do this live with my students every single Sunday, where my students are literally following the exact same trades that I am taking. Because a lot of traders, when they join my community, they might be lost because they don't know how to execute a strategy, or they might not even know how to analyze the markets. That's why I do what I like to call the famous Sunday swings, where I set up every single Sunday the perfect markets for the week ahead. So not only are you executing the strategy perfectly, but you're also doing it with me. So you know what markets to focus on and what markets to not focus on. And then you get educated live on the markets every single week. And I review your trades if you do them right or if you do them wrong, and what mistakes you make. So if you guys want to know more about how to be part of my community and be part of these calls, just click the link in the description down below. Honestly, this is only something that I'm doing now for the next 6 to 12 months, where I'm going to be making sure that you're executing the right trades with my strategy, where I get to review it and see if it makes sense for you. Sadly, my community is no longer open to everybody. It is now off of a application basis only, because it takes a lot of my time to make sure that you're trading just like me. Like if I'm going to walk you by the hand and make sure that you're following the trading strategy perfectly, I got to do that with the right people. It takes a lot of my time, and I want to make sure I'm helping the right people, because it sharpens me as a trader if I am teaching you correctly, and if you're actually paying attention, and if you're even qualified or even at the right moment to actually learn the strategy. So all I can say is hit that like and subscribe button. You want to join the community, click the link down below, and this record-breaking week might get broken once again, and we're going to show the people once again how we do it every single week. So all I can say is get ready, because I am. See you guys in the next video, and set and forget.